Ron Paul just announced he is ending his active campaign. No real surprise there, but we know, even just from a recent event, Mark, that the people who support him are still very passionate, even though he did not have a chance to pull this one out.
Santorum, Gingrich, Bachmann, husband Perry, Kaine, they've all dropped out. Why haven't you?
For many in the mainstream media, Ron Paul continues to be ignored. But more and more respected publications are catching on, saying at the very least, Ron Paul is a force to be reckoned with.
Ron Paul's quest for the White House using an unorthodox delegate strategy is getting noticed finally, and the RNC is getting nervous. According to a report in the Las Vegas Sun, a letter was delivered to Nevada's GOP chair. The RNC's chief counsel said that if Ron Paul's delegates get too many seats, the entire state may not be represented at the convention this summer in Tampa. Paul's supporters are racking up victories left and right, and that could complicate Romney's anticipated inauguration. He's already won a majority of the delegates in Iowa, Minnesota, and Washington. And now his campaign is also organizing victories in Louisiana and Alaska, where one of Paul's supporters was just elected as Alaska's Republican Party chair.
The establishment is in real trouble now. One of their primary go-to arguments against Ron Paul has always been that he's unelectable and that a vote for Ron Paul is a wasted vote. And what we're all seeing this weekend is that this is just not the case. Ron Paul supporters are greater in number, more passionate, and what we saw this weekend, more organized than anyone in the political establishment has given them credit for.
And just to put it plain and simple, I do want to put a map up on the screen, kind of showing the breakdown of the states as of now and who's won them. This map that we're showing, Ron Paul is in the red there, and 11 states have gone to him. Romney is in the blue, and then of course Santorum and Gingrich no longer in the race. They've only got a few states each anyways. So when you take a look at a map like this, you got to ask, you know, is this contest really totally over, as a lot of people are saying?
No, it's absolutely not still over. You know, they're a clear signal that despite, you know, the establishment's control of the mainstream media and their unlimited resources, and, you know, that they'd have you believe that the race is over and that Romney is a shoo-in. Romney has 847 delegates and Ron Paul has 80. What do you think, how many delegates do you think he expects to gain out of the states that are left? And do you think that he really has a chance at the convention to pull through?
I think he does have a chance. There's still a long way to go. A lot of the primaries and things that happen, straw polls and stuff, were non-binding. So it is the delegate process, which has been Ron Paul's strategy all along, was to promote the delegate process and get the grassroots, get the Ron Paul supporters out there and becoming active, getting elected and things like that. I think that the 844 or whatever delegate tally that they're giving you is completely false, especially since so many of those states haven't had their conventions yet.
What part of his platform do you like?
Every single thing that comes out of his mouth, I go, yeah!
We're coming from Washington, D.C., of course, where politics is our specialty in this city, although not very popular right now at this moment. Have you been following the presidential race? And if you could have all the Republican candidates who are running for president do one stunt on Fear Factor, which stunt would it be?
The stunt would be elect Ron Paul.
Okay.
He's brilliant. It's funny how all these mainstream media people won't take him seriously, though. It's really kind of amazing.
Yeah.
The only guy that's saying anything that makes any sense whatsoever. And, you know, they're like, oh, that crazy Ron Paul. You want to what? Fix corruption? You silly goose. That's what it's all about.
Well, like many of you, I was surprised to see the headlines today. Paul drops out. Ron Paul suspends his campaign. It should come as no surprise that a mainstream media that can't figure out why Ron Paul is even running for president also can't figure out when he is and is not still running for president. Paul has not dropped out. Ron Paul has not suspended his campaign. What happened today was an announcement of a new strategy moving forward. Since the very beginning of this campaign, we've had a delegate strategy in which through convention we would gather as many delegates in the various states as possible. That's where the confusion really came in today. The mainstream media understands how to cover conventional campaigns, a horse race, if you will. The mainstream media does not understand how to cover a movement. But there is a Ron Paul revolution, and the mainstream media still doesn't know what to do with it. Know this revolution not only will not be over in 2012 and beyond, it's certainly not over right now. Neither is this campaign as we go all the way to Tampa. I'll see you there.